alien base on moon bigger than Empire State to erase all doubt of UFO skepticism video. What appears to look like a massive building is, according to UFO hunters, undoubtable evidence of intelligent aliens within our solar system. The massive structure-like object is supposedly as big as the Empire State Building, but stretching 3 miles across the ground inside a massive crater. NASA conspirators/whistleblowers have full assurance that the U.S. Space Agency has been covering the evidence of UFOs since the first Apollo mission. Donna Hare claimed to have worked for NASA contactor Philco Ford in the early 1970s. She had a high-security clearance to walk in NASA's photo lab and other departments. During the Disclosure Project press conference, Hare revealed that NASA covered up and eliminated space anomalies such as UFOs from the satellite photos. Hare has got several awards in the space programs. She dedicated most of her time as a technical illustrator in space programs. She created lunar maps, landing slides, and had been working for 15 years as a subcontractor for NASA. Former NASA scientist Robin Brett, who was among the first people to study and direct research on moon rocks, said, "It seems easier to explain the non-existence of the moon than its existence." Besides, according to scientists, the moon is older than the Earth by nearly 800,000 years, which raises a lot of questions. Former U.S. Air Force Sergeant Carl Wolf, who died in a bike accident in 2018, was another person who shared a story similar to Donna Hare. He also had top-secret clearance and worked at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, the USA. Carl worked as a precision electronics photograph repairer for NASA's Lunar Orbiter project. One day, he was taken into a lab by another worker who showed him a photo of artificial buildings at the lunar base. These photos had been taken prior to the Apollo landing in 1969. In 2001, Wolf came forward with claims that he had seen photographic evidence of an alien structure on the far side of the moon. In a video interview, Wolf said that in the mid-1960s, he had a top-secret clearance and worked for Tactical Air Command at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia. He said his job was working as an electronic technician in photographic surveillance labs, and he spent most of his time working on machines that processed surveillance footage of Vietnam. One day, Wolf recalled that his superior told him to report to an NSA facility on the base to help with an issue with equipment used to process imagery from the first lunar orbiter mission. He reported to the facility, which he described as a large hangar-type building with many foreign citizens in civilian clothes, accompanied by interpreters, a surprising sight to the military man. The former airman recalled that he was alone in a darkroom with another airman second class, when the other enlisted man said, "By the way, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon." I said, "Whose?" "What do you mean?" Wolf recalled. He said he was fascinated by the statement but was worried that someone would walk in on their conversation. Then, as Wolf noted, the airman showed him a photo mosaic assembled from multiple passes by the lunar orbiter. He pulled out one of these mosaics and showed this base, which had geometric shapes. There were towers, there were spherical buildings, there were very tall towers and things that looked somewhat like radar dishes, but they were very large structures, Wolf said. "Every day when I went home I thought, I can't wait to hear about this on the news," he added. After serving in the Air Force, he attended the University of Buffalo with a dual major in social and cultural anthropology and electronics engineering. The 74-year-old Sergeant Wolf was killed after being hit by a trailer while cycling in Lansing, New York. Wolf was rushed to Cayuga Medical Center where he later died from injuries sustained in the crash. Wolf was not the only whistleblower whose death seems mysterious. Former U.S. Army Command Sergeant Major Robert Dean claimed that when he worked for NATO in France, he read a document titled The Assessment in the 1960s. According to him, the document contained information about photos of dead aliens, crashed UFOs, and reports by military pilots and scientists. Coincidentally, he also died a week before Wolf's death in 2018.